Hello and welcome to the PublishU Podcast, where we explore the real-life stories of authors from around the world. Today we are talking with Karen Davis from South Wales, who has written a book, Starting Something with Nothing. Welcome, Karen. It's great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So people listen to this podcast from around the world. So for those who don't know, where is South Wales and what is South Wales like?
Well, South Wales is on the western side of the UK. It's one of the four nations of the United Kingdom. Maybe a lesser known one. I'm not sure.
Oh, I
It's
wouldn't say that.
it's quite small. It's got quite a small population. The population's about 3.1 million. The majority of that lives in the south, where there's a lot of old. It boomed in the coal mining era, so there's a lot of old coal mining communities. Um, there's a couple of big cities, Cardiff and Swansea. The rest is very mountainous, very beautiful coastline, lots of sheep, lots of wild open spaces.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Karen, what business are you in? What is it that you do for a living?
So I run a charity which is called Purple Shoots, and the whole
Hence the
ethos.
colour of your jumper?
Yes, I'm always very branded when I'm working. Yes, it helps people remember me because sometimes people are bad at names, but they usually forget the crazy purple. Usually remember the crazy purple woman. um, yeah, I set Purple Shoots up about 10 years ago, and it was really to tackle a gap in the finance market. I'd worked in finance all my life, and Purple Shoots um, it does a few things, but it's all about taking people on a journey into enterprise and improving their circumstances through enabling them to take control. And so a lot of that is around helping people start their own business and lending them money to do that.
Wonderful. So you coach them to start the business and you loan them money as well.
Yes, yes. So
Wonderful.
some people don't need coaching. Some people have done all that and are just frustrated because they
Yeah,
can't get the finance. And some
yeah,
people need a little bit more nurturing along the
yeah.
way.
And can you give us a couple of examples of the sorts of businesses people start?
Yeah, I can tell you whole stories or just get
Just
some
little
examples.
little cameos, little
Little
cameos.
camp. So that's okay. So there's Ruth who runs a business that makes um, diffusers and soap and candles and things like that. There's someone who runs. There's painters and decorators. There are garages, mechanics, hairdressers. Lots of them are sort of small local businesses. That there's a few unusual ones. There's one that does personal training for people with disabilities to help them build their
Wow.
muscle strength up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's quite a big mix. They tend to be one man or one woman businesses, or maybe a couple of people at least to start with.
Yeah, amazing. Really, really good. And you have written a book on this subject, haven't you? Starting something with nothing. Because I guess, it's possible to come to start a business with zero capital and actually literally build it from nothing. So tell us what first inspired you to write your book, Starting Something with Nothing?
It was accumulation of our experience of working with all the people and that we've worked with, and being aware of the sort of things they need to know, which sort of a lot of standard business courses and business sort of presentations they don't cover, or at least they cover it in a way that's so full of jargon that it's meaningless to someone who has never been in the business world before. So we wanted to write a book that was um, that told people how to do it in sort of plain English, really in a really straightforward way that didn't sound intimidating or threatening. Because a lot of the people that we support don't see themselves as entrepreneurs, although they are. Um, they don't recognise that that's the skill they're bringing and that's what they're doing, and so they wouldn't read a book that said how to be an entrepreneur or how to start. So ours is aimed at a really readable, approachable guide to someone who's starting with no experience and with nothing, because all the people that we fund have got nothing, which is why they can't get money from anywhere else, because they've got
Yeah.
usually all the other funders want them to have money to put in.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Yeah. I mean, Neighbour, the charity I run, as you know, we have an enterprise program enabling local churches to help people start a business, and we need lots more charities, lots more organizations doing this work. I believe that the only answer to the cost of living crisis is enterprise. It's actually helping people help themselves and helping them start a business. So it's wonderful work you're doing, and your book is so amazing. So now that it's globally published, what is your highest hope for your book, Karen?
I'm hoping that that it will be used, that people will find it really useful, and that people will see it as a guidebook that will inspire them to do something. I think a lot of people write themselves off before because they think they can't do it, and I hope that this book will show them that it's possible, and that once they've started, they can refer to it, because there's lots of examples in there of things going wrong. And I think that's sometimes when you start a business, you assume that if it doesn't go to plan, or if everything is fine,
Yeah,
everything's not fine, then you've done something wrong and it's going to fail. And actually, things go wrong all the time. And I think it's sort of reassuring for people to see that that's not the end of the road, that you just adapt, or you do something different, or you just move on. You just have to keep going. And I'm hoping that that will help people who are maybe feeling isolated. It's also very lonely if you start a business on your own.
yes,
And I think sometimes people are not good at finding a support network. That's
yeah,
why I like what you do in churches, because often there is a support network there, but
yeah,
with people who are outside that, then there isn't. And so maybe the book can help them. And in the end, there are so many little stories of people which maybe people might resonate with others, to
yeah.
see that they can do it too.
Yeah, amazing. And so, what do you think are the three most important things that somebody thinking about starting a business needs to know, Karen? I mean, I presume these are in your book, but
Um,
well, they may not be. But what are the three most important things? If somebody is listening to this and thinking, I've been wanting to start a business for a long time and I've decided I'm going to do it. What are they? What are your three top tips?
I think the first one is about um, the person themselves to not give up, to keep going, to kind of soldier on through adversity and not let setbacks put them back. I'm often very overawed by the resilience of the people that we support, who come past awful things and still manage it. And I think it's just a matter of keeping on, keeping on. That's the
Yeah,
first thing. I guess the next thing is to have confidence in what you're doing, um, and to know how to talk about it well, so that you can promote it wherever you are, and to keep on promoting it. A mistake that some people make is to get their first string of customers and think great, and then when they've done all that, now what? So what they need is to keep that promotion going. That's the second big thing. And I guess the third big thing is around keeping control of it. The boring bit, watching the money, making sure it's coming in, that not too much is going out, keeping it in balance. I guess those three things.
yeah, yeah. So keeping on going,
Yeah,
keeping on promoting it and selling it, and keep on the business,
yeah.
uh,
Yeah,
the organizational side of it. Yeah.
yeah. The money.
Now, Karen, did you ever think you would become a globally published author? Did this
No.
you dreamed of from being a small girl? When did you decide I want to get my book globally published?
I think because I saw a need for it. I think I didn't want, we've funded good people who might have written themselves up off, who might have never had a chance if we hadn't helped them. And I think there might be loads of other people out there. And I agree with you that the way out of some of the financial crisis and the economic crisis is to enable people to be enterprising. And so yeah, it was around that's what kind of drove me to do it.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Well, I'm so inspired by you, Karen, and so inspired by your work, and now so inspired by your book, Starting Something with Nothing. So I want to thank you so much, Karen, for being with us today, and thank you all for listening to the PublishU podcast featuring the real life stories from authors around the world. If you're interested in becoming an author like Karen, please visit our website, www.PublishU, the letter U.com. And if you enjoyed this broadcast, make sure you subscribe for more. Thank you so much for joining us, and goodbye for now.